are you looking for? Where will your heart's desire take you?
Let's go!
Hey, how's it going, fellas? It is JJ Starwind here, and welcome to another corner episode. And yes, it's been a while since we did the corner episodes. I've been off for a minute, been out of town, been taking care of some other things, but let's slowly get back into the corner episodes here. So I'm not sure what the title is going to be because it's going to be a slight free-for-all, but I do want to centralize it to what just recently happened out there in Korea with this crazy dude that just decided to go into the border and he messed around and got himself captured. But overall, I think we'll just title this July is the month where Americans go bonkers. Okay, domestically and abroad. All right, so just to keep this short, there's a clip of the story about what happened with this I think he's an American soldier, and he was on a tour bus, like in the DMZ zone between North and South Korea, right? And according to witnesses, one of the guys, they said this dude yelled out, I think he actually said ha ha, and then just ran into the woods while on the tour bus. But if I can get the audio clip of the news segment of this lady that was describing what happened, I think you'll get a much clearer picture, because I couldn't believe when I heard it, like, this guy really did that? He was really wanting to go inside the DMZ that bad? Come on now.
Long strip of heavily mined land between North and South Korea, and there is this place which has some buildings. You can see in the picture there the blue buildings where negotiations when they do take place between North and South Korea happen in those blue buildings. But that whole area is a tourist site, and you can sign up for a bus tour. The bus will take you from Seoul up to the military headquarters of the Joint Command that patrols it. You get in another bus and go up to that area, hear a little bit about the history, have a look at where their negotiations, historic negotiations, have taken place in the past, and then you go home. That appears to have been what happened when one member of this group of tourists suddenly, according to a witness, shouted ha 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 and ran across the line, presumably disappeared into the woods, because on the other side there are no longer any North Korean soldiers guarding it. It's just the woods, and presumably he was lost from view. We have learned that he was a U.S. soldier. He was being disciplined. In fact, he was being taken back to the United States. He'd gone to the airport in Seoul and somehow got away from his guard, got back to wherever that tourist bus was leaving from, got on board, and then when he got up to the DMZ, he ran across. I mean, so, it defies belief.
It really does. So as far as we know, he wasn't originally part of this tour group. He just sort of used it as a getaway vehicle, sort of?
Look, well put. Look, I think the details will emerge, but it is conceivable that you can walk up if the bus isn't full and say, I want a ticket, and pay your $20 and get on. And it could have been like that, you know. And he would have been, you know, taken off the first bus and put onto the next bus by a member of the Joint Command that secures the area, and they would have counted them on. So it's not like he's stowed away.
Right.
But we're going to have to wait for more details. But it's quite an incredible.
It's unbelievable. But lately, man, even online, like there was another story. This happened in my state. So I'm curious to know the end result of this really strange case with this girl, this 25-year-old girl named Carly. Like, apparently she stopped in the middle of the highway in the Birmingham area and thought she saw a kid, like a young toddler. Why would anybody leave a toddler outside of a busy interstate is beyond me. Even if they're trying to get rid of the child, like, it makes no sense. And why would you get rid of the child while it's alive anyway? But that's a totally different explanation altogether. Okay, it's totally different. But she slowed her car down. There's footage of it now if you want to check it out. The girl's name is Carly Russell. If you want to, I think it's spelled C-A-R-L-E, not C-A-R-L-Y. Okay, so type that name on YouTube and you can kind of see what happened with her car as it slowed down on the interstate, and then it stopped, and then they said she got out of the car, but then she went to the woods or something like that, and she was gone for like 2 days, and then randomly she goes back to her parents' house barefoot, and she's so exhausted from the ordeal she has to go to the hospital. And I've seen a bunch of jokes here and there about what happened to this girl and why she was gone all this time, and some people think she was hallucinating, seeing some kid out in the freeway, which she probably was. And there was a couple comments I've seen in some of the videos I watched that said her parents already knew she had mental illness. So, and this girl's a nurse in a hospital, but she's mentally disturbed. I don't know. I feel some type of way about that. I don't know if I would let a nurse that has mental issues check me for anything. Okay, she could just come up and lie and say something that, oh, you got such and such and such, and then a doctor come in there and say, no, that's not right. Your tests are wrong. We need to do it again. And that can happen in these hospitals. There's a lot of stuff going on, you know. And just to top that off, overseas, I'm hearing all these random stories about these women, you know, not following the rules. Just like this guy that ran off in the woods in the DMZ, thinking they can do whatever they want and not realizing they're outside the United States. They're chewing people out for not starting boats. They're cussing people out because they can't eat food at certain hotels, and they're telling, no, food is not allowed, you can't eat there, but then you're cussing the workers out anyway, and then you get kicked out of a hotel. And then you're being unruly in front of the countrymen in said country, now you're in jail. You go to prison. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like one thing after another with mainly American people going overseas or whatever and just getting themselves into stupid stuff. It's crazy. Okay, but hopefully I have a segment of that audio clip and I'll post it there. And you tell me what you guys been thinking about how this month has been going on so far in July 2023, because it's been a wild month, man. Weather wise, news wise, you still got the wars going on in Ukraine and Sudan, which has been outrageous to say the least. It's like it's one thing every day. It's crazy now. But yeah, do be careful out there, please, and don't try to do anything or say anything crazy to folks without you getting in trouble. And we'll try to come back with more corn episodes as we go along. Everybody stay safe. This is JJ Starwind, just a free-for-all episode here about how crazy American people are becoming. And I'll see you all later.